Hey guys, do you want to make an anime tier list?
Sure, Barrick. What kinds of anime are we rating today?
Lolas, of course. Wait, what?
Sleepy Joe, you fucking dumbass. That isn't even an anime genre. Maybe you should join the hentai tier list channels instead. Stupid old pervert.
Guys, chill the fuck out. I was actually thinking about some romance shows. That genre is honestly pretty controversial amongst the anime community, not gonna lie.
Romance, huh? I think that is going to make Joe cry too hard. He is barely going to be able to rate shit today.
Shut the fuck up, Donald. I have superior taste in romance shows.
Anyways, I'm gonna pull out the tier list and screen share it with you guys.
Oh my god, Obama, these shows you have picked are absolutely trash. You didn't even include Kaguya-sama Shish.
Donald, I literally only had enough time for these 11 shows because I needed to make Michelle happier in bed.
I got no comments about these shows. Let's get started, guys.
Good call, Joe. Let's get this over with. Okay, guys, let's move on to your name. Quite frankly, there isn't much of an argument to be made here because this movie slaps in every conceivable way, from the characters to the animation and soundtrack. Easy S tier for me.
Yeah, I agree, Barrick. Makoto Shinkai is honestly a wizard and pioneer of beautiful anime movies in the romance genre, and has made some bangers even before this movie, in my opinion. The only downside to this movie was that the plot had way too much Japanese symbolism, making it hard for the average American viewer like me to follow sometimes.
Mitsuha is hot AF. I got nothing else to add.
Not surprised, Sleepy Joe. I bet your horny ass didn't even appreciate the film for its beauty and instead only focused on the sexual aspects as always.
Fuck you, Trump. I know good art when I see it.
Shut the fuck up, both of you. Anyways, dragging into S tier. All right, time for Tenki. Noko, what do you guys think?
I would put Weathering with You in S tier. The animation is absolutely stunning, and the story is heartfelt and engaging. I especially appreciated the film's message about the importance of taking care of our planet and the impact of climate change on our daily lives.
Not gonna lie, Joe, I would give Weathering with You an A. While the animation was impressive, I found the story a bit slow-moving and overly sentimental. However, I did appreciate the film's focus on personal responsibility and the importance of making tough choices for the greater good. I mean, the main character was kind of an asshole, not gonna lie, because he literally sacrificed Tokyo for that Hina weather girl. That is what I call ultimate simpery. Way worse than Joe's obsession with lawless in anime recently.
Shut up, Donald. I ain't no lollican bitch. You are literally just jealous of my superior taste in anime in general. Go touch some grass for real.
Honestly, you guys took the words out of my mouth for this one. Let's just put this film in A tier. So, Joe, but what would you rate Eromanaga Sensei?
S tier?
Joe, you fucking hypocrite. A moment ago, you literally claimed that you weren't a lolicon. I guess you just proved me right, you dementia-powered son of a bitch.
I said what?
Never mind, I'm just gonna rate this piece of shit show. Easy D tier or illegal tier for me, because who honestly gets off to seeing an underage girl drawing lewd manga for a living? This show literally had fan service going for it, and quite literally targeted a demographic of a person who is in the call currently.
No, I disagree, Donald. I still stand by my opinion that this is S tier.
Okay, why don't you tell me why then?
Okay, well, I'm just labeling this as illegal then.
Oh, let's do Horimiya next. This show is literally S tier. The show is a heartwarming romance that explores the complexities of relationships and the challenges of growing up. The characters are well developed and the animation is beautifully done.
I would put Horimiya B tier. I appreciate the show's focus on the importance of family, friendship, and communication. The humor is also well done, and the show is overall an enjoyable watch. Having said that, some parts of the show were kind of cringe, like when they over-dramatized how Hori and Miyamura finally got to see each other again, even though it had only been like 4 days.
Now, Donald, I would give Horimiya S tier. The show is a wonderful example of how anime can tell complex and engaging stories about human relationships. The characters are relatable and multidimensional, and the animation is visually stunning. I especially appreciate the show's positive and inclusive portrayal of diverse relationships and identities. S tier it is.
Fuck you, Obama. My opinion is more right. You're just conforming to popular opinion. This is why I was a better president than you, because I actually knew what was good for our country.
Yeah, okay, says the person that couldn't even run for a second term. Okay, moving on to Kimi no Suizu wo Tabatai. I gotta say, I am a huge fan of the band who did the theme song of this movie called Sumika. Fanfare was such a beautiful and heartwarming song. The overall plot of this movie was basically your classic romance tearjerker, although I kind of enjoyed this story more than The Fault in Our Stars, because it didn't entirely center on the terminally ill person in the relationship between the main characters. The movie showed the overall social maturation of our male character after meeting Sakura. I feel like a lot of romance animes have a socially awkward protagonist, but they struggle to develop them beyond their shells. Not gonna lie though, I didn't like how suddenly Sakura died after the film's climax. It felt way too rushed. Overall, a solid B tier for me.
Yeah, for me, this one was just kind of average. I actually kind of liked that it subverted our expectations of Sakura dying from the illness that was introduced in her pancreas at the start of the movie. But I can see why a lot of people that it felt too rushed and came out of nowhere. The title of the movie was kind of weird too. I would give a B tier too.
I honestly agree with all your points, but this one is actually an S tier for me. I am a sucker for tearjerkers, and this one made me bawl my eyes out. I needed to call Kamala for emotional support because I had some presidential campaigns I had to run on the same day I watched this film. Sakura is a waifu that must be protected at all costs.
Honestly, I'm just going to plop this in A tier, so it's the median of our ratings.
Well, on the note of death, how about we rate Your Lie in April?
NKL, I almost fell asleep watching this anime. The piano and violin were like lullabies to me. Other than that, I barely remember what happened in this anime.
Well, of course you wouldn't, Joe. You fucking fell asleep watching it. How are you supposed to know what happened? Personally, I found this show to be better than the pancreas one because I think they handled her death better and gave time for the MC to process and think about his emotions leading up to that point.
Obama WTF, are you talking about the death of Miyazona was dragged out for so long it wasn't even sad? I was just waiting for her to die. This show deserves a B tier.
Now the music makes me want to sleep, D tier.
Joe, you don't even fucking know what the show was about. Whatever. I'm just going to put this in B tier even though it's better. And I know people in the comments on our video are going to agree with me.
Oh my God, Maya's so fucking hot. I literally don't remember anything else about this show.
Rich, to immediately start your opinions of an anime by pointing out the hot waifus, and then calling Joe a pervert who doesn't appreciate the romance for its story, Donald.
Obama, can a man not enjoy that sexy bunny suit? I mean, even in the title card, I can see her plump peach popping out.
Fuck yeah. S tier for me. Finally, Donald has an opinion that I can agree with.
You two are the horniest bastards ever, I swear. If I do another anime tier list for this channel, I'm going to do it with George Bush. Can you guys just get to your ratings and stop wasting my time?
Okay, chill out, Obama. I really like the supernatural aspect of this show, and it had a multitude of girls that the main character runs into. Although it seemed like a harem on the outside, I think the author did a good job of isolating any potential romantic feelings between Sakura and Mai. The weirdest thing about this show was that bullshit quantum physics explanation given out by that glasses waifu. All the occurrences happening to the girls weren't super believable.
Yeah, plus the show was like a worse copied version of the Monogatari series.
Then why did you guys rate it an S tier?
Did you not hear us, Obama? Because they have some thick-ass waifus, that's why?
I fucking hate you guys. I don't even know how to rate this. I'm going to just put this A and move on.
Oh shit, Masamune-kun, I actually remember this.
Wow, Sleepy Joe, I'm surprised you didn't fall asleep during this show either because of how dog shit it was. I mean, to be honest, the premise of the show wasn't even that realistic. He wanted to get revenge on some girl that rejected him over like a decade ago. He should have just moved on already.
Yeah, well, the show also demonstrated how past events can influence a person to better themselves. It was through Adagaki-san that made Makabe work out to stop being a fat ass.
Joe, that was not even developed in the plot of the story. You're just pulling shit out of your pants right now. Tell me the real reason why you like this show so much.
Well, Obama, if I had to list another reason, I guess Masamune's mom was kind of hot.
Okay, Lolicon Joe, that's fucking it. I'm putting this show in illegal.
Why, she's of legal age, I don't know what you're doing.
Fine, just put it in the D tier barrack.
All right, fine. Even though this is still sus AF, I'm putting it in D tier. Honestly, I'm not sure why this show is really on this list. Bakuman felt way more like a chill slice of life about a duo of teenagers trying to achieve their dreams to become famous mangakas. The romance aspect isn't really a selling point in this series, although you can argue that it drove Mashiro to keep drawing manga so he could marry Miho. I think it is kind of stupid to bank your romance life for something that could very well be a pipe dream, although to the audience it's kind of obvious that it will end well. For romance, this would be like a D tier for me. For a slice of life, it would be an S tier.
I mean, you didn't really account for the fact that they show other romances like Akito and Kaya. Their relationship was definitely more progressively developed compared to the MC. The relationship with Mashiro was definitely a bit on the cheesy side, so I do agree with you there, Barrack. With that being said, I would put this in D tier too if I was judging the show strictly for its romance qualities because it didn't do anything out of the books.
I have nothing more to add, guys. D tier for me, too.
Joe, I am glad that you have nothing to add because when your dumbass mouth moves, it speaks utterly obvious and useless garbage that never actually adds anything meaningful to the conversation. All right, moving on. Let's rate Josie DeTora.
Honestly, this show was an all-around good movie. There aren't any major flaws with the show, and it had some good character development with Jose. As the drama between her and Suzukawa heightens at the climax, I actually had goosebumps. The ending of the movie was also very nice, and overall, I can't complain about the movie, other than that it was only 1.5 hours.
But that's the thing, Obama, the movie was too short. I feel like certain parts of the movie felt rushed, and because of that, it made some parts of the movie confusing to me. I think that if they made the movie longer, then they could have not only expanded on the dynamics of Josie and Suzukawa, but also on Josie's past and how meeting Suzukawa changed her previous perspective of life.
Wow, Joe, I can't believe I actually agree with you on this anime as well. I also felt like it was a little rushed, but it was still an overall well-made movie for the budget and time that they had.
All right, then, this is a solid A-tier movie. Another tearjerker. I know Joe cries a lot from romance anime, but goddamn, this show hit me like an absolute truck.
Harder than those drone strikes you sent to Yemen?
Honestly, yes, it did. I mean, this show at one point was literally the definition of a hardworking man losing his lovely wife and young daughter. The soundtrack was literally so beautiful, too. The relationship between Tomoya and Nagisa was definitely really strong, and I really liked how Nagisa was able to help Tomoya combat his delinquency throughout the story. In terms of the story's timeline, one thing that really stood out to me was that the show explored the romance of the characters beyond high school and dove into their adult lives. I felt like that was a narrative risk that paid off well in this instance.
Yeah, you have some good points there, Obama. I really liked all the subtle foreshadowing of Nagisa's diseases and her impending mortality throughout the series. Also, I remember those scenes of the robot and the girl in the other world, and it was kind of insane to think that those scenes tied in with the main premise later on. Honestly, this show kind of made me appreciate the time that we get to spend with our loved ones and how abruptly that can be cut short.
I am just happy that it had a good ending that made people happy. It literally brought my dopamine levels up. The only thing I didn't like about the show was the fact it felt dragged on for too long. The high school stuff definitely bored me sometimes. After story was really good, though.
Final ratings, everyone? It's tier for me.
Same.
Same for me too, Barrick.
All right, guys, honestly, this tier list doesn't seem that bad to me.
Yeah, same, Barrick. This turned out quite decent considering Joe's taste in anime.
Shut up, Donald. My taste is better than yours, and you know it. Anyways, I'm getting kind of tired. I think I'm going to go to sleep.
Oh, right, guys, I forgot that I need to see Michelle tonight. I got to prepare.
All right, Obama, I know you have to buy those condoms for Michelle's massive schlong. Later, losers.
What the fuck, Donald? Oh, shit, he already fucking left. What a bitch. Well, make sure you guys subscribe for more content if you want to see us fuck around. And Joe fell asleep already. I'm out of here.